Hi, my name is Autumn Cram. I am from Calgary, Alberta, and I am currently interviewing for the Wine Career Development Program with Mark Anthony. So the reason that I am passionate about wine and expanding my career in the industry is because I started in the industry when I became old enough to legally drink in BC. I started off working kind of in a restaurant setting, doing serving and stuff like that, but I really wanted to expand into the bartending side and get a little bit more knowledge on that. And I started bartending at 19 in a fine dining restaurant here in Calgary. And as I worked my way through a couple different restaurants, fine dining, bar settings, breweries, I really realized that I wanted to have the opportunity to expand my knowledge in kind of all areas of wine, beer, and spirits. And I've really found over the years that my palate has greatly expanded, and I want to continue building on the knowledge that I currently have and learn more about all different types. And especially with wine, there's just so much variety and the ability to find something that anybody will like. So what excites me about working in a guest-facing role in the Okanagan is the ability to make connections with people and to be able to cross the connection between me, the client, and the winery. I want to be able to give people the opportunity to learn as much as possible while still having an amazing time and providing exceptional service. And I really think that because of the fact that I've worked in the industry for so long, that I have the ability to provide top-notch service at any of the wineries. So I am currently in a Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Communications and Media Studies. It kind of took a while for me to finally end up in this program and finally be on track to graduate. I originally started at Vancouver Island University back in 2017 in a Bachelor of Business Administration. Ended up graduating with a diploma in business administration with a focus on event management. Ultimately, I had wanted to do a Bachelor of Commerce in a much larger degree. I wanted to do international and entrepreneurial commerce. So I decided that I was going to transfer, and I applied to UVic and to U of C. I got into both schools, but ultimately decided that I wanted to go to the University of Calgary because my family was all living in Calgary at the time. So I transferred into the Bachelor of Arts program because I was missing a couple of required classes, and then ultimately decided that the Bachelor of Commerce program at the University of Calgary just wasn't for me. Continued to do my studies, kind of picking classes based on what I thought I might like because I wasn't sure about the communications program. I dabbled in a little bit of law classes along with my communications classes, and ultimately decided that I was going to stay doing communications and media studies, and I found my kind of niche, which is really I would like to do communications and marketing for hospitality industry, specifically focusing on large-scale events and potentially music festivals. The best team that I've ever worked for or had the pleasure of working with is the team that I'm currently working with at Concord Entertainment Group. They are a restaurant group here in Calgary who have multiple different styles of restaurants, all the way from dive bars to high-end fine dining restaurants. I have worked at 3 of their restaurants thus far: a pub style restaurant, a casual Southern Californian restaurant, and a high-end Japanese restaurant. The thing I've loved about all of the places that I've worked with Concord is that there is a lot of fluidity, so you have the ability to move from venue to venue depending on the demand and what style is best suited for you. Regardless of the venue, I've found that they really put an emphasis on teamwork. There is a lot of opportunity for growth, and they really do emphasize asking and receiving help when you need it, and they have excellent training programs. With the Japanese restaurant alone, I have done 3 different training programs. I did one for sake training, which was a 1-day sake lab where we got to taste different sakes, find out all about the regions, how they're served, their tasting notes, all of those great things. Another one that I've done is also a Japanese whiskey training where we got to try all of the very expensive Japanese whiskeys that we have imported. And ultimately, we do constantly get new and refreshed information on the different types of not just alcohol that we're serving, but also our food. Great customer service to me means creating an exceptional experience from beginning to end. This includes being attentive with your guests, answering all questions, being knowledgeable on what you're trying to portray with what you're doing, whether that's trying to educate people on the food or the wine or the winery or anything really. I've had some pretty great customer service experiences. I would say one of my favorites though is definitely at a cocktail bar here in Calgary called Proof. I just find that the atmosphere is just amazing and everyone who works there is super friendly, super knowledgeable. You can go in, they have their cocktail list, but if you don't really see anything you like, they have the knowledge and the ability to make you something on the spot. They're really nice about it. They're overjoyed even to be able to showcase their creativity, and so it really is just overall an amazing experience. And all of the bartenders and servers are so nice, and I keep going back even though the cocktails are $22 each, and that's a little out of my budget at the moment. Everything is just so well done and it's amazing there. So a trip that I've gone on that I really enjoyed was actually not exactly a trip. It was a 3-month contract in Guadalajara, Mexico. And what I really loved about it was the opportunity to kind of explore the city. Mexico is full of rich culture, so I had the opportunity to be involved in a lot of very cool cultural things. I also rented a car with 2 other girls that I was staying with, and we drove to Tequila. And so we went with the intention of kind of going around, getting to check out the agave fields, just see what it's like. We ended up doing a tequila tour where we got to go to one of the tequilerias. We went to Casa Hernandez, and yeah, we got to see the tequila making process. We got taken to agave fields where we rode horses through it and got to see all of the beautiful plants and the tequila making process from beginning to end, which I thought was super cool. And then we did about an hour-long tequila tasting with a bunch of the different styles and tastes of tequila that they make, and it was a lot of fun. And I would definitely go back to that area of Mexico again, and I would love to be able to do the tour again just because I thought it was so cool. If I were to be selling Diabolica wine to liquor stores here in Alberta, I would start off by letting them know that there are currently 4 different types of Diabolica wine. First, they have their red blend, then their white blend, rosé, and the Diabolica Reincarnation red blend. I would then talk about the tasting notes. In the red blend, that includes tastes of pomegranate and dark cherry. In the white, it includes apple, pear, and pineapple. And then in the rosé blend, that includes strawberry and watermelon notes. The price point on Diabolica wine is quite reasonable. So the average pricing for Diabolica wine is between $15 to $20 per bottle, which makes this a perfect wine for somebody who's just trying to pick up a bottle on their way home, for something to pair with dinner. The wines being blends make them super easily pairable, and they are very easy to drink. What makes me the best candidate for the Wine Career Development Program is my passion to learn more about wine, really expand my knowledge, and my passion for great guest experience and hospitality service. I am really passionate about being able to get the hands-on experience working with wine in a winery, being able to not only expand my own knowledge, but also give the opportunity to others to learn more about wine, and just to have this opportunity overall. I hope you enjoyed my interview.